giraffe. I am definitely on Book Talk. I'm definitely on BookTube right now. I got into Akatar this year. That speaks for itself, so I need to say anything else. Therefore, I also ended up starting and being about, a third of the way through Throne of Glass by the end of the year. So I'm kind of in that phase right now. I used to read a lot of YA fantasy, so now I'm sort of moving into more adult romantasy, but I think my romantasy is probably going to lead me to reading just normal fantasy again. The thing is I actually definitely more than reading books, watched television. And before the year started coming to an end and my life started falling apart, I was very much into my dramas, as I usually am. We're going to look at the dramas that I watched this year. My drama list is where I compile all of my Asian dramas, and IMDb is where everything else goes. A second ago, when the year got to its end and it was all stressful, I was rewatching mostly. It's going to be like a long explanation for me. It's going to take me ages to go through all this, but obviously I'm going to cut it up and shorten it so that it's entertaining and fun for you to watch. Well, this says 2023. I'm checking. I want the date. Where's the date? God, I actually watched a lot of stuff this year. Gimme, a man after midnight. I'm back! And I don't know how long it's been, but it's been a while, and I've been watching TV whilst I did this. Got so focused that the giraffe ears came off. I think it's 68 dramas this year. Honestly, it's actually a lot less than I thought it was going to be. So I had a lot of stuff going on this year. I was busy. I did a lot of things. So first I'm going to fill in one which I don't think you want to see. The ones I rewatched. That's not interesting. So I'm just going to put those in now. Right. Let's get the boring stuff out of the way. And the boring stuff is the stuff that I did not finish. Now, when I say did not finish, this could be that I didn't finish it and I will finish it at some point, or this could be I didn't finish it because I stopped watching it on purpose. And I'm going to start with that. I stopped watching The Impossible Heir on purpose. I was on the second episode. I was super bored. I was like, why am I watching this? No. Nothing else from the content that people were posting online, nothing from what people said made me want to go back and finish it. And I made an accurate decision because I'm really glad I didn't waste my time on that. This was, I want to say Umi no Hajimari, I think it was called. Umi no Hajimari. I haven't finished it. I will finish it. I don't know, it's just hard to remember that I was watching it. I don't like it when characters kind of disappear from each other for no good reason and then come back to each other and then go away from each other again. I find that really annoying. Amidst a Snowstorm of Love, I think that's what it's called. This one is, I've not finished it yet. It's good. I like it. I'm not so intrigued by the billiards thing, but I'll watch, I'll watch it. If you can make it interesting, I'll watch it. I'll get to it. I just got to get the interest back. I can't see any others that I DNF'd, although I'm pretty sure there's going to be at least one more, but I will find it when I find it. I'm just going to go in order from what's here. And I'm not rating it based on the rating, the star I gave it when I finished watching it, because I want to do it as a recap, thinking back over the year in comparison to everything else. Where would I put it? The rating that I give it after I finish watching it it's not the same. It's whatever I was feeling at the time. Rebound, I want to put this in DNF'd, but I'm not sure if I finished watching it or not. I genuinely can't remember if I watched the last episode. And that is why I'm putting it in, how did this end? Because I definitely thought there were some good parts to it, for sure. I was like, yeah, no, this is cute. I like this couple. I've watched them in a couple other dramas before. Their acting's got a lot better. I personally preferred them in the other drama that I'm going to put on here that I also watched this year. It was okay, but it wasn't their best work. They've done better. My Sweet Mobster. Yes, for sure. Rewatch? 100%. My Sweet Mobster. Yes. Oh yeah. That was good. I loved that. I was happy the whole time. I was like, this is a K-drama. The OST, banging. Oh my god. I was listening to it every single day. It was great. I was loving it. Here's the other one I DNF'd on purpose. Beauty and Mr. Romantic. That was, it was okay. It was pretty good up until a certain point. My mum was even watching it. I just lost it. I wasn't interested anymore. Maybe I'll go back and watch it one day. I might finish it because I kind of do want to know what happened. Chinese drama called Derailment. I watched this when I went home. I was watching it on the plane. It was funny because I was actually in China whilst I was watching it, but just in the airport. I would give that yeah, go on then. The twists. Should I put it up? The twists, the turns, I was intrigued. I'm there for it. I was so interested. Like, so well written, the storyline. Wow, it blew me away. Like, I didn't realize it was going to be that complex. At the beginning, I was like, wow, this is such an interesting concept. Not only is it time travel, but it's also like to an alternate universe, kind of. But then, no, they did it so well. I can't even say anything because it would just ruin it. It's like, you just need to watch it. Just watch it. It's really good. I recommend it. Do I put it up? I don't know. You know what? Let's go on, and if I feel like it needs to move up, I'll move it up. Lovely Runner. Oh, this is really hard. Yeah, go on in. I did really enjoy it. But did I enjoy it more than Derailment? No. Lovely Runner was good. I liked Lovely Runner a lot. I don't, once again, I don't particularly remember how it ended. Although I do think it was good. I did enjoy watching it. I was very invested. I don't remember if I cried, but I feel like I could have. There were definitely a lot of moments where I was like, this is good. I feel like there was just a little bit too much storyline changing for me. I'm not a massive fan of when like characters lose their memory because of time travel changes. Happens in a lot of shows I've seen. It's not my favourite plotline. I would prefer that it happens only once, because once it happens more than once, I start to be like, but all of those things that we know about, neither of them know about it, and then it starts to annoy me. Again, I don't know if I should put this in DNF or not. One Good Day. I'm going to put it in How Did This End? Because, to be fair, I don't really feel like I watched the whole thing. So take that with a grain of salt, that rating, because I don't feel like I watched the beginning episodes very much, and I don't think I really was that invested in the ending either. The middle bit, I was enjoying. I liked it a lot. I was watching a lot of stuff from the middle bits, but to be fair, I want to move it up almost only because how much I loved the soundtrack from this. The OST to this particular show was so good. I think I listened to that song for more minutes than I watched that show. No lie. No word of a lie. Such a good song. What's it even called? I don't remember. Fan with Benefit. Fan with Benefit. Oh my goodness, Gilmore Girls is just sitting here as if it's not a rewatch. Sorry about that. Highly recommend rewatching Gilmore Girls when you're depressed, because the characters are always doing worse than you, and they're somehow much happier. Makes me feel better. I don't remember what it's called in English. Hang on. I just remember watching this, like, I think it was maybe 11:30. I was going to go to work the next day. I was like, I'm just going to watch the first bit of this movie, and then I'm going to go to sleep. It was so cold, and I was like, chilly in my bed. And I started watching this movie, and I just couldn't put it down. And it was one of those things where, like, I tend to skip scenes of things when I get bored in movies. Like, I just skip over, like, small things. This movie, nope, not a dull moment. I did not skip through a single part of it. I cried profusely at their love, because I want one like that. As Long As We Both Shall Live, that's what it's called. That's what it's called. As Long As We Both Shall Live is the name of the movie in English. And I'm putting that in. What did they put in this? Because beautiful, just masterpiece. And I know it's got an anime, because the storyline, like, it's come from manga, it's come from anime, but even though I tried to watch the anime, it just didn't. I don't mind reading manga. I like reading manga, but I don't really like watching anime. I don't know why. I just don't think I get the emotions from, like, animated characters as well as I do from real people. 4 minutes. 4 minutes. The concept was interesting from the beginning. I was a bit confused. The concept was interesting. I don't remember how it ends, but I know that I watched it. So I don't know what that says about it, because it was really good, but then it was weird for me because I was like, there's 2 different storylines and I couldn't really tell which was the real one. And then I got a bit confused. I was like, is this supposed to be the main storyline, or is this? Yeah, I don't get it. Anyway, I wanna put it in Yeah Go On Then, but the thing is, I really just don't remember what happens in it, so I just have to say, how did this end? How did this end? I really don't know. Like, I don't know. I have to skip over Cherry Magic because I want to come back to that one. I can't do this. Okay, Hierarchy. It's ever so sad, and I don't want to do this, but what was that? What was that? Like, I could see the budget was there, the acting, not bad. But what was that plot? What was that plot, guys? I really thought you were doing something. It was trying so hard to be like Sky Castle and Penthouse. It was trying so hard. But it just let me down. Like, I really was expecting stuff from it. It was getting somewhere. And then I don't know what happened, but it just felt very much like, you know how sometimes you watch a show and they make the main character like start off on a revenge plot, and then they, during their revenge, you know, lose their way a bit because they're so focused on their revenge, they end up actually becoming like just as bad as the people who they're trying to like get revenge on. I feel like that's what they were trying to do, right? But it didn't work. It didn't make sense. I also don't really remember how it ends. They also tried to set it up for a second season, and I do not know if it's going to be getting one of those, so let's see. My Lady Jane, yes, for sure. Rewatch. Yeah, I had to think about that a little bit because it was quite good. My friends begged me to watch that. I tell people all the time that I don't like it when people tell me to watch stuff. I'm a bit oppositionally defiant. So when people say to me, watch this, you'll really like it, immediately my brain is like, we're never watching that. And if it comes up on my screen, I'm going to block it. But like, the thing is they told me the concept of it, and I was like, no, that kind of sounds interesting. It's not only historical fiction, but it's fantasy, so it's historical fantasy is what I was trying to say. It's historical fantasy, and I found that really interesting. And also it's about like the UK, and then I also found out after watching the show that the woman who plays Jane is American, and I was like, that is the best British accent I've ever heard come out of an American's mouth. Just to say, I had not an inkling. I hear a British accent that sounds a bit funny, I'm like, wow, that person's from another country. But I didn't even once her British accent is on. Like, I've never heard such a perfect British accent in my life. Not kidding. Never. I want to go back and watch it just to find out. Jack and Joker. There's a BL. There's a Thai BL. I haven't actually told you what any of these other things are. I just sort of mentioned them as if you know what they are. I'll be back because I'm making up a tea. I forgot that I was filming, I'm not going to lie. I'm waiting for it to brew. Jack and Joker. I'm trying to do it quickly. I then proceeded not to shut up for the next 5 minutes. I'm just going to quickly read you the description from My Drama List. Two men with contrasting lives are brought together by fate to collaborate on a grand heist. Joker, a boastful, talented thief, leads a double life, robbing corrupt elites and redistributing their wealth to struggling villagers. Jack, a calm and intimidating former taekwondin turned debt collector, believes in using his strength only to protect the weak and prefers peaceful solutions to conflict. Despite their differences, their uneasy partnership forms the heart of the story. So, yes. And let's just say that they fall in love. But it's not just about the love. Seriously, it was so good. Now, there were like a couple points where I would have been like, okay, it's a bit much. But the acting was incredible. As soon as War is in anything, I'm happy. Like, Yin War's good, but War is such a great actor. I can never get over what an amazing actor he is. He's... No words. It was amazing. What did they put in it? Okay? I'm gonna put the milk in my tea. So what did they put in my tea? Milk.
Tea.
That's perfect. I cannot reach you. Yeah, go on. It was alright. It was good. I don't remember how it ends. And that makes me want to put it in how did this end? Which I'm going to do. I'm moving it. Oh, but their cuddles are so cute. Why don't I remember this? No, I'm moving it up. I'm keeping it. I stick to my originals. I should always stick to my original thoughts. If my exams ever teach me anything, stop questioning yourself, Rosie. You were right the first time. Kimi no Hana ni Naru is about a boy group, like an idol group in Japan. I would put this in. I do know how this ended. But I'm still gonna put it in. How did this end? Because I know how it ended, but at the same time, why did it end that way? Is my deep question. It was very much like and then you decide. And it was like, well, I don't know. Just tell me. I don't care. I mean, I do care, but like, just tell me. You know what I mean? Don't leave me guessing. I don't know. Sometimes it's nice. Sometimes it is, but I don't know. It was okay. Sometimes the Japanese dramas really hit it for me, and sometimes they don't. I'm about to start rewatching Alice in Borderland because that shit's so good. Family by choice. I'm going to be real controversial. Am I? Yes, for sure, rewatch. I'm not going to put it in what did they put in this because it is a remake and therefore I know what they put in it. I know what they put in it. I know where they got the story from. I'm not like, whoa, that was so like revolutionary. It was a remake, but it was good. I really enjoyed it. I had very, very recently watched the Chinese version. In fact, I'm not even sure I've ever finished the Chinese version. So I understand where everyone was coming from. Everyone was making a lot of comparisons. I was not there for it. Everyone was going like literally side by side images of clips that were supposed to be like around the same scene. People wouldn't be happy either way. They wouldn't be happy with a complete remake, a 100% everything's the same, because then it's like you're just watching the same show again. Okay? But people also for some reason aren't happy when they change things. Guys, you can't have both. And so I was honestly quite happy that they changed some things, that they made a little bit their own, but they kept the storyline relatively similar. Honestly, I wish it had been longer. I really think it would have been nice if they'd made it like a 25 episode drama. Like, I've watched K-dramas that are like 25, 24 episodes. 26? I have. Like, Mr. Sunshine was really long. It was one of my first K-dramas ever. You can make it longer if you really want to. And if only they'd had a bit more budget. I just think if they'd had a bit more of a budget, they could have made it a bit longer, and they could have made it a bit more similar to the Chinese version in the sense of like having an elongated storyline, and kind of gone into the characters' problems a little bit more, because I felt like they were kind of glossed over towards the end. But I kind of understood it. That's why I'm not putting it down for that. I get why they were glossed over. It's not like they didn't try and go over them as much as they could. I'm talking way too much for the amount I have left, so let's get going. Love Sea, I'm gonna put that in. Yeah, go on in. It was pretty good. I enjoyed it. However, I preferred them as Rapai and Sky. I preferred them as those characters. I really enjoyed the show, and I would almost put it in yes for sure rewatch. I don't know why I'm not putting it in there, but I'm just going to go with vibes. That's just how I feel. To be continued. I actually have to come back to that. It does need to be continued because I don't remember what it is, and I genuinely can't understand how I have watched this, because I went back and looked at stuff and I was like, did I watch this? Why did I rate this? It's like I rated it and everything. I was like, did I watch this? What is that? Oh, is that Love Unconditional? No. Wait. Yes, Love Unconditional. I'm gonna give it a yeah, go on then. It was alright. And maybe I need a thing in between how did this end and yeah, go on then. No, it's right. Yeah, it's right. It was alright. I liked it. I really liked the second lead couple, and that brings me immediately, I'm just gonna find it right now. That brings me immediately to this one, The Time of Fever. Yeah, immediately that one's going above it, because that was much shorter, but it was so good. Immediate rewatch. The chemistry, I thought it was a good spin-off. It wasn't too long. It just gave us a little bit more satisfaction on the characters. It was nice. I really liked it. I was happy. My Man is Cupid. I think that's what it's called. I'm gonna put it in how did this end. I want to put it in what was that, but I did enjoy parts of it, to be fair, and I did finish it. Despite not really wanting to, I was like, I should finish this. And so I finished it. There were some funny parts, but like in general, it was lacking. I thought the storyline was good. It was just lacking. I think it was the acting. I finally watched Adult Trainee, and I was very confused because there were 3 different storylines that I thought were going to be connected, and they weren't connected at all. So that really threw me off. And so I'm putting it in what was that? I just realised my cupboard's open. Anyway, the 2 teenagers that pretend to date and then actually fall in love. That was the best one. And that was the one that I saw online that made me want to watch it. The other 2 storylines, I don't even remember what happened. I don't even remember. It was gone from my brain. Wedding Impossible, we're going to put that in. How did this end? Because I actually don't remember how it ends. I know I finished it, but I don't know how it ends. It was okay. It was alright. It wasn't... That's usually my response when I go, how did this end? I usually go, it was okay. It was alright. It wasn't my favourite thing in the world, but it was okay. It was fine. I enjoyed the first few episodes. I thought they could have done a lot more with the gay character than they did. They were very feeble with it. They were like, he's gay. And the guy's in another country, so you don't get to see him with him because that would, violate guidelines of showing people in love. Moving on. I also haven't explained basically any of the other ones I've added on here. Should I explain them? I don't really feel like I need to. Is it necessary? I don't know. If you want to know what any of these are about, I would be very happy for you to put the name of the one you want to know more about in the description, and I will give you my version of the rundown of it. And I'll even go as far as this. I'll even give you a non-spoiler version followed by a spoiler version. Because, God, do I love retelling a story. If you ask any of my family or friends when they give me a phone call, do I ever shut up? No. Love Song for Illusion. Wait, let me see if I can remember how it ends. Yes, I do. Okay. God, this is hard. I really want to put it at the top one. Yeah. Okay, it goes in top one. It was great. I loved it. I was very happy. I was very sad. I loved the two characters within the same guy. I thought it was great. There was a lot going on. The twists were good. I didn't like the parts where they had to be separated for a bit. It was a while ago that I watched this. It was like last year now. It was like almost a year ago maybe. So the fact that I had to think about how it ended was probably just because it was a while ago. But it was really good. I really enjoyed watching it. Go watch it. Recommend. Percy Jackson. I finally got to one of the three new series that I watched this year. No, I wasn't talking to you. One of the 3 Western series that I watched this year. Everything else was Asian. Is that? Okay, you know what? It's fine. Hidden Love was also a rewatch. I just keep seeing stuff that was a rewatch and not realising. Percy Jackson and the Olympians. This was a while ago. I watched this when it came out. I don't remember which one it was that came out in 2023 but finished in 2024, and I think it was Percy Jackson and the Olympians. I think I watched it in January after it was all completed. I liked it. I did. I wasn't in love with it, but I did finish it, and I did think it was easily consumable. I liked that about it. I know it sounds strange to say, but I think a lot of the time nowadays with fantasy series that are about teenagers, you're like, this is so cringy. They were on the cusp. There's teenagers playing the role of teenagers written by adults. It's gonna be cringy. However, they were on the cusp. They kind of avoided it somehow. Maybe because it was about so much fantasy stuff that actually the fantasy kind of removes from it a little bit. I don't know, but it was good. I liked it. I've never read the books, so personally I can't comment on how close it was to the books, but I tend to not care too much about adaptations because for me it's not going to be the same thing. I used to care about it a little bit more, but to be fair, I've never really cared that much because it's as long as it's somewhere for me to imagine, that's okay. So as long as it's canon in some universe. Percy Jackson, I would give it a yeah, go on in. I wouldn't give it a rewatch. I'm not sure I would. The only reason I would be rewatching it is if I was trying to watch the second season and I can't remember what happened. And as far as I remember, I think I'm okay with my memory of it. Deep Night. I can go in a yeah, go on in. I loved it. It was so good. The one thing I didn't like was the back and forth. It kept coming back to the same problem every single time. But overall, I was quite happy with it. I would watch it. I might watch it again. So it's kind of in the yeah for sure rewatch, but not quite because of the relationship stuff. But they were really cute. Both of the actors did a really good job. Then we have Queen of Tears. That should get a drum roll, but I'm not going to give it one. Queen of Tears. God, it's hard. I'd say yeah for sure rewatch. Should I move up higher? Should I move this up? I feel like I enjoyed Derailment just as much as I enjoyed these other ones. No, you know what? Oh, this is really hard. I didn't like the ending. I didn't. I thought the amnesia thing is overdone. I'm gonna do something real controversial right now. I'm gonna make some switches. I know that you probably shouldn't do this, but I'm doing it. Next is Mr. Plankton. This is only a very recent drama. This came out right at the end of the year. It was very unexpected. I didn't hear of it coming out until literally it came out. And it was good. I really enjoyed it. I watched it whilst I was moving because I was stressed, and so it was the only thing I was watching. I watched it mostly without English subtitles at all, like just Korean subtitles, or whether I watched it with English subtitles but I wasn't paying attention because I was doing some other things, so I was just listening to the Korean. Either way, it was not too hard to understand despite the fact that I wasn't seeing a lot of the English subtitles, and I really enjoyed it. I'm going to put it in rewatch just because it was funny. I thought it was funny, and I liked the relationships between the characters, and it was just nice to have on in the background, and I really enjoyed that about it. Bloodhounds is going in. What did they put in this? What did they put in that show? I am a romance girl all the way, but the bromance, but the boy, my boy, I could cry at just him smiling. He could smile, and I would have been like, oh, my baby, it's a baby. He gets out of there and he's like, let's go get meat together. And I'm like, kill me. He's so cute. Look at him. I'll kid him. I adopted him. My baby. It was good. It was great. I loved the fighting scenes. I loved the relationships between the characters. That it was impeccable. Their relationship was impeccable. It removed from anything else, honestly. It was that good. Amazing. Beautiful. Wonderful. Anyway, moving on. When I Fly Towards You, once again, what did they put in this? Because I'm not kidding you, I watched it for the first time this year, but I've already re-watched it twice. I watched it for the I'm saying that again. I watched it for the first time this year. I've already re-watched it twice. That's how good it is. That is how good that is. Also, Hidden Love, I think I watched it when it first came out, like maybe a few months after it first came out. But I watched that already twice again since then. So this year I rewatched it, obviously. It's good. It's good. When I Fly Towards You, I kid you not, I don't know what drugs they put in that. I was obsessed with it. It is so good. It's so, like, it's the most chill romance I've ever watched that I've enjoyed that much. I feel their love so deeply, and it makes me want to cry every single time. And I cried many times. It's so beautiful. They're so sweet. It's so gorgeous. I just love it. I can't remember what this one's called. Marketing in Songsu, I think it's called. This is a body swap drama, and they fall in love, and I cannot lie to you, but I just questioned the romance a bit too much. I'm gonna put it in How Did This End? Not because I don't remember how it ends, but why? What? Golden, and I've already rewatched it, and so I started being like, did it come out this year? Because I thought that it came out before, because I've already seen it more than once. It's incredible. So good. Like, no skips. Nothing I couldn't watch. Nothing I was bored by. It was amazing. So good. The songs, great. The storyline, the romance, the family, everything. 10 out of 10. Everything. Loved it. So good. Her acting, incredible. And we know her acting is incredible because, of course, she's an extraordinary attorney Woo. Incredible. Just absolutely gorgeous. We love. Brilliant. DFF. Dead Friend Forever. I'm gonna put this in, yes, for sure, rewatch. Because this was my experience where I was watching it thinking it was going to be a BL, but basically what it was like BL baiting, kind of. So it was like, they were like, it's a BL. It was not really a BL. What it was that most of the characters were gay. But that wasn't really the story. Like, it wasn't about the romance. It was about this kid that had died. And it was really good. I wasn't scared, which I liked. I was creeped out, but I wasn't scared. And I thought it was very interesting. It was intriguing. I liked the flashbacks so that it kind of like took you out of the creepy situation where it was just them being in the woods the whole time. It was great. Like, the fact that the characters were kind of like you know, a lot of them were gay and together meant that it was all men. It was like the whole cast was basically men. And this is like the one thing about Thai BL, which is kind of a problem nowadays, is that obviously, like, if it's their biggest export and one of their biggest things that makes them popular, but it's just men, then like you start to have like problems. The main characters aren't going to be women. Them, like, you know, like this whole cast was basically just men, and I loved it. I'm not gonna lie, I've put it up really high, but I'm addressing that because I know if the characters are gay and then the whole show is just about guys, so not only do they get the romance without women, which is fine, I love it. It's like you're getting one kind of representation by sacrificing another, so you got to be aware of that. The ending, however, no matter how much I thought it was amazing, the ending, not my favorite kind of ending, but it was okay. It was fine. I was like, okay. Oh my god, the sign. Let me think about this. Okay, I've made my decision. Yes, for sure, rewatch. Because they chose to have one of the main actors dress up as a woman to play his past life self, who was supposed to actually be a woman, not a man dressed up as a woman, but like actually a woman. And they were like, it's supposed to like look the same, like he's supposed to look very similar. And for like 5 fucking seconds they had a woman play the character, and then from then on they just dressed him up. And I was like, I know it's cute and like, oh, he gets to dress up as a woman, but there was an opportunity for another woman to be able to be in that show and for them to like have a past life self. I'm uncomfy. They had an opportunity to cast another person to play that role, and I would have found that so much more interesting. And also the CGI was just a bit interesting. It's just that part of it. But the storyline, the acting, incredible. Incredible. They had a special episode. The special episode was so good. The characters, the two of them, amazing. Just amazing. I want to put it in the top, but I don't know why. There's just that thing. There are some things stopping me, and I don't quite know what it is. There was some awkwardness, but it was very well done. The acting was incredible. I was used to seeing Billy with Babe. No, sorry, he is Babe. Sorry. I'm used to seeing Billy with, I actually can't remember his name. The other guy. I'm used to seeing him with him because I really, really liked, she says, and she can't remember what it's called. Secret Crush on You. I loved Secret Crush on You. I loved that so much. And I knew it was cringy, and I still loved it. I didn't even care. I was like, I don't care. I know it's cringy. I don't even care. This one was not so cringy. It was very good. It was very much like, I really liked the fact that they were both very manly. They both felt like real people. Yeah. It's very sweet. It's so sweet. Their romance is so good. Mr. Queen. I finally watched Mr. Queen. Mr. Queen, I'm gonna put it in yes for sure rewatch. I feel the same way. Yes for sure rewatch. Very, very good. Really enjoyed it. Romance was great. I would rewatch it. I did not like the ending. I think that he should have stayed. I don't even care. I don't even care what it would have done to the future. I don't care. I think he should have stayed. I think he should have stayed. I don't care if the real queen never would have got her body back. Fuck him. I don't care. He should have stayed. Because it wasn't the real people. Oh, he stayed with his queen and he was happy. It's a different person. It's not the person he's in love with. Like, he was disappointed. He was disappointed when the queen came back. Sorry to ruin the ending, by the way. Spoilers. The show that confuses me the most, name-wise, they decided to name it The Atypical Family, and in Korean, the direct translation of the Korean would be I'm Not a Hero. I thought the daughter and the father, and obviously the girl who comes into the family. That was really good. I really loved that relationship. I loved the daughter storyline. I thought it was great. I don't know. Atypical family. I'm gonna put it in Jaeger one then, because I really liked the main characters' relationships, but the other stuff for me, as far as I remember, kind of took away from it. Ready, Set, Love. So good. I'd put it in, yeah, for sure, rewatch. That was really good. It's close to being in what did they put in this. It's close. If they make a second season, the show itself might move up if it continues like that. It was so good. The concept was pretty basic. It was like, what if we had a real shortage of men and there were loads of women? It was a very interesting concept. It was a little bit like kind of like Squid Game, except for if you get eliminated, you just kind of get kicked out. Eccentric romance. Oh, this is such a hard choice. Let me just flick it back and forth, see what happens. Okay. Yeah, go on then. Yeah, go on in. It was good. I liked the fact that there was Thai and Korean. I thought that it was a bit unrealistic how much he spoke, like how much he understood of Thai and how much he understood of Korean. It was just interesting how like every guy he met could understand Thai. Like all of them could understand his Thai. Felt a bit unrealistic to me, but they were trying to focus on a different storyline. I kind of get it. It was still enjoyable. Their romance was still sweet. I liked it. Avatar. This is one of the 3 foreign shows I watched this year. Avatar, The Last Airbender live action. Well, obviously, it does not compare to the animated series, which I watched a numerous amount of times, and I am currently rewatching now. I'm gonna put it in Jaeger one then, because I did still really enjoy it. I don't care what anybody had to say. I was not trying to compare it to the original. That's why I'm saying it doesn't compare to the original, because I will not compare it. It's not the same. It's not the same thing. I don't really remember storylines to such a great degree that I'm gonna get pissed off if it's not exactly the same. I don't want it to be the same, otherwise I will be bored. I quite enjoyed it. I wouldn't put it all the way up. I think the second season could do it for me. For me, also, Avatar in the first season of the animated series, I don't find it that interesting. It takes me a while to get back into it when I start to rewatch it anyway, so to be fair, there's that. This Love Doesn't Have Long Beans. I can't. You're gonna hate me for putting these series with such low budgets over the top of series that clearly have like the highest budget of any show all year. It was so good. It was so stupid, but it was so good. Just because their romance was so good, that's like the whole reason I'm putting it up there. The storyline was so weird, but like their romance, yes, the real has come. I genuinely never call it that. I, for some reason, always call it by its Korean name. Doesn't really feel like it makes sense in English. 진짜가 나타났다. The real. It doesn't make sense, does it? It doesn't, because they're like what they're saying when they're talking to each other. Like this is not real. Like 진짜 is not like it's not 진짜. It feels like Korea boo right now. I really liked the show. I thought it was really good. I'm gonna put it in for sure rewatch, because I would rewatch it. And my mum watched it too, and we watched it together actually, to be fair. It was amazing. I loved it. I genuinely thought it was really good. I was hooked from the first episode, and I don't really like soap operas that much. Like, you can see how I DNF'd. I just, it was good. It was beyond my expectations. Pit Babe. I'm gonna put it in for sure rewatch. I want to put it in the top one. But for some reason it doesn't feel right. I loved it. I loved Pit Babe. I'm so excited for season 2. It was the very first time I've ever been introduced to an Omegaverse. I think it was different. It's like they changed it from what some people consider to be an Omegaverse. I genuinely have no idea where a Omegaverse came from. I have never understood it. Even looking it up when I was watching the show did not help, because clearly this was a different kind of Omegaverse. I was very confused. However, very much enjoyed it. I was a little bit confused, but I liked being a bit confused. I thought it meant I was learning something new. I don't know if it's a valuable thing to learn, but it was something I learned. I would like to apologise for how much I'm going to fiddle with the microphone for the rest of this video.
I was a little bit shocked at the Charlie and Babe position situation. It was a bit of a change. I wasn't quite sure what was going on. It was like it changed, and I thought it was gonna like continue to go back and forth, and it felt like it just went like this. I don't know how I feel about it. I want to read the book.
We Are was cute. It didn't have a very defining storyline to me, but you know what I'm gonna do? I am gonna put it in, yeah, for sure, rewatch. And you know why? Because of not even the second lead couple, but the third. I don't want to be noisy, it's very late. Oh my god, they were so cute, and I thought they were going to be so cringy, and they weren't. What happened? I love Pond and Puin, so can't argue with that. Then we had Q and Toy. Q and Toy. 실망스러웠어요. Kalfan and Tan. Yes. Oh, I've never been so shocked in my life at how cute a relationship was. We had like this guy who very clearly is in love with him, but is just so quiet, like so, but just like there, you know. And then this other guy who's like literally fucking over the moon to even just be in the room with him. He's like fucking losing his mind every 5 seconds. And I thought you'd think it would be so cringy, but it wasn't. It was the most adorable relation. Oh my god, I don't even know how they did it. How did they make that not cringy? Anyway, beyond the point, Sweet Home 3. Yeah, go on. I liked it. But my one caveat is that I wish, again, I don't remember her name, I wish Eunyu had ended up Chanyeong. I wish she ended up with Chanyeong. He clearly likes her, and they are so cute together. They have the most chemistry out of literally any of them. I don't care about this argument that you're having. Everyone's like, her and Hyunsu, and I'm like, in what universe? No. It's clearly her and Chanyeong. I wish they'd put them together because they make so much sense, and he is so hot. Love in the Big City. I read this book, and immediately as soon as I finished it, I binged the entire show because I wanted to watch it like as soon as it came out. So I finished the book so quickly just so I could watch the show. And I cried when I finished the book, and I cried when I finished the TV show. This was one of the greatest masterpieces of the year for me. I had a great time, and I will be rewatching it probably once a year from now on because that ripped my heart out, and I need a bit of time. But it was incredible, and what an adaptation of a book. Seriously, what an adaptation. Applause, hats off, so good. And Dear M is going right next to it. The main characters in Dear M, and I can't remember his name, but the guy from NCT, I want to say Cheon. I was having a great time the whole time I was watching it. The pacing was great, wonderful. Hats off. It's so underrated. It's like a web drama, I think. So underrated. It was amazing. It was so good. Like, seriously good. I was not prepared for how good it was going to be. We're just having like banger after banger in a row. I'm just realizing there's so many being added to his. Unknown. Another rave. I'm not gonna shut up now. Unknown. I unknowingly fell in love with this television show. I was watching it and I was like, once a week, I was like, yeah, this is cute. This is very Taiwanese Chinese, which is they knew each other when they were kids, or one of them was older than the other one when they were kids, but then when they got to be adults, they fell in love. And it's very like controversial topic in the West, especially when people watch like the Chinese dramas where they grow up together and they're basically siblings. This is weird. And I'm like, I understand how that could be considered strange, especially if you're showing it to people who are influenced by that kind of thing. For me personally, I'm not gonna it's not affecting me in any way. And so, I loved it. The romance, development, applause, clap, please. That was incredible. What the fuck? And when they get together, butterflies, fucking hell, that killed me. I could cry. I can't even, nah, I could cry. Again, I will cry right now. I genuinely am feeling like crying right now. I felt like crying when I was talking about When I Fly Towards You, and I feel like crying right now because that's just, I'm genuinely gonna cry. That's just how beautiful they depicted their romance to be. It was gorgeous. It was just gorgeous. Kidnap. Kidnap, I'll go, yeah, go on in. It was good. I really enjoyed their relationship. I love so to be honest, I probably just watched it because he was in it. So what is this? Oh, is this Jazz for Two? Yeah. Jazz for Two, we're putting that in, yeah, for sure. Rewatch? Oh my god. Jazz for Two came out of nowhere. What the fuck was that about? It was so good. I was in love. Great. Trying to be quick. It was good. In it goes. My Demon. Technically this started at the end of 2023, but it finished in 2024, and so I count it. I don't want to get cancelled. What was that? No, because why did it feel like they were trying to do Goblin? Just me? Why did it feel like it was a remake of Goblin? Also, I did not finish Goblin. I did not enjoy Goblin, and if that tells you anything, I think that tells you why I didn't enjoy this one. Even though I'm saying what was that, their romance was so sweet, but it was so out of place. I really liked this, but it was very chill. Like, I know there were things at stake, but it never really felt like there were things at stake. I'm gonna put it in Jaeger 1 then. It was alright. I liked it. It wasn't my favourite show of the year. It wasn't my worst show of the year. It was just kind of there. And the romance was kind of okay, but it also felt a bit weird, and I was a little bit confused at the end of the show. It was an interesting twist, but I wasn't completely convinced. And so, yeah. From Me to You, it is a Japanese drama that I watched on Netflix. Kimi ni Todoke. It was so cute. It was so sweet. I need more pictures, honestly. I can't remember what it looks like. I'm going to put this in, yes, for sure, rewatch. In a very chill manner, I'm going to put it there because it was very good and I really enjoyed it. I just don't have any way of describing why I enjoyed it. I just did. Dr. Slump. That's a hard one, actually. I thought it was good. I don't particularly remember the storyline too vividly. I want to put it in, yeah, go on in. I wouldn't take it so far as to be like, that was really good, but it was sweet. I liked the romance. It was chill. I don't have too much to say about it. Nothing really pissed me off about it, and that is always a plus. And we have the name of the show. The name of this show is My Dear Gangster Oppa. I don't know why they called it that. Out of all the things they could have called it, there was nothing in it that was Korean. I think that Thai people are now using that word. It was better than the other drama they did. It was better than the basketball one. It was about a gangster. It was about guns. They fall in love. They're really cute. They're so cute. They only fell apart like one time, which is my favourite. If you're gonna fall apart, just do it the once. Please. Don't be dramatic about it. Don't do it like 5 times. Don't do it 3 times. Don't even do it 2 times. Just do it the once. Just do it the once. If you have to have the characters fall apart, do it the once. And so, yes, for sure, rewatch. I might rewatch it. Love Next Door. 엄마 친구 아들. 맞지? 엄마 친구 아들. 이거는? I'm putting this in how did it end. I know how it ended. I didn't like how it ended, and I was pissed off. Why the fuck did they not get married? Moving. That was cinema. What the hell? That was one of the best K-dramas I've ever seen. It wasn't even K-drama. It was just a drama from Korea. It wasn't even a K-drama. It wasn't. It was so, I mean, obviously, but it was so good. And I'm very impatiently waiting for season 2. Every storyline was interesting. All of them. Every storyline was interesting. And I love it when it's like they had kids and their kids have powers. Have you seen Heroes? If you've seen Heroes, which by the way, I'm going to be rewatching. If you've ever seen Heroes, you'll know what I mean. This was so good. It's always so interesting when they have kids and the kids have powers. If you liked Heroes and you haven't seen Moving, watch it because it is so good. And I love a little like superhero thing where they actually do something with their powers and they have limitations, but it's interesting. And that's what was good about Heroes, is that like people had their limitations. It was good. My Love Mix-Up is one of my favorite mangas ever, and it's probably the only manga that I've actually like consistently read. I really liked the Japanese one based off the manga. Obviously the manga was not finished. It's still ongoing. It was not finished at the time of the Japanese show, so it was quite short. So that convinced me to watch this Taiwan when it came out. The other thing that made me want to watch the Taiwan when it came out is the actors. I liked My School President a lot. I liked their relationship in it. So I wanted to watch this one. I thought they were going to play the characters well. But for some reason I just wasn't as interested. It just didn't pull me in the same way. So I didn't actually finish it as a DNF. Surprise, surprise. Basically, I don't think I've watched this, even though it says on my thing that I've watched it. So we're going to not say that. And Cherry Magic. I hate to do this to my guys, but that was another remake of a Japanese one. And very unfortunately, it fell super flat for me. I almost DNF'd it, but I think I finished it. No. I don't think, as far as I can tell, for me, that I like Thai remakes of Japanese dramas. That's what I can say. Because I think they have a very unique charm to them, Japanese dramas, that cannot really be replicated. And it's the same with Thai dramas. Thai dramas have a very unique charm to them, which can't really be replicated. So I'm gonna, it was cute. You know what? I'm gonna put it in How Did This End? I move it up one. It was cute. I liked it. It's kind of a sad note to end on. Do you want me to take one out and put it back in again just to make it kind of feel a bit happier? Quickly go over my worth of rewatch, which I didn't explain to you because I was like, I'm going to skip over this. I'll go it and it'll make you feel better because they're all things that I really wanted to rewatch, and I'm going to address Gilmore Girls first because I don't want to talk about it last. It's a classic rewatch. If you don't like Gilmore Girls, that's okay. That's okay. I get it. It's fine. Whatever show on here, you like it, you don't like it, you disagree with me, fun. Tell me about it. I want to hear why, because I don't care. I love it when people don't like the same shows I do. I love it when people like shows that I don't like. I'm like, go ahead, give me a reason. Let's have a discussion. It's interesting to see people's perspectives on things, and I want to know more because I feel like it makes you better at recommending things to other people when you understand why they like something over why you don't like it, etc. And that's why I'm very interested in book opinions as well, and I will get onto that another time. Anyway, Friends, obviously, I love Friends. I've watched it so many times. It's probably my most watched show of all time because I used to just watch episodes of it on television when I was much too young to be watching it. And How I Met Your Mother. I rewatched this for the first time in a very long time. It's probably been about 5 years since I watched How I Met Your Mother, like from beginning to end. Highly recommend. I cried many times. Really loved rewatching it. Kim Porsche, I naturally rewatch this most of the time, and I am currently rewatching another Thai drama, Thai BL that I always rewatch, Love in the Air, but I haven't finished rewatching it, so I didn't want to add it. Kim Porsche, classic Thai BL. It's gonna become a classic to me because it's just beautiful. Boy Meets World, I rewatched this again for the first time in a very long time, maybe 2 or 3 years. Oh my god, just beautiful, amazing. I love Boy Meets World. Yes, 1,000 times. Sorry. Oh my god, I ruined it. 1,000 times, yes. Girl Meets World, just a classic follow-up from Boy Meets World. Although I am at this point mostly watching it either just for Maya or for seeing the old characters from Boy Meets World. When you watch Girl Meets World after watching Boy Meets World, you're kind of just waiting to see the other characters. My idea is Gangnam Beauty. Yes. 100 times, 1,000 times. I don't even know how many times I've watched this. It's so good. Yes. Oh my god. I don't know why I just love it so much. I just have an emotional attachment to it. Something in the Rain. I rewatched this one because my mum was going into K-dramas and I wanted her to watch it because I thought it was good. Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha. I always rewatch Hometown Cha-Cha-Cha. It's just a beautiful romance. I love it. I love the storyline. I love everything about it. I love the little town. It's great. And the final one, Hidden Love. If you have not seen Hidden Love, you are seriously missing out on one of the greatest love stories I've ever seen. Now, prior warning, if you don't like children meeting when there's an age gap between them and then meeting again when they're adults, then you would probably be a bit pissed off with this. But for me personally, couldn't give less of a crap. It was amazing. Their romance is just absolutely incredible. What I love about it is they meet when she's this very immature child, and he's going through a lot as a young adult. Like, he's not quite an adult yet, but he's almost an adult. And then they meet again when she's an adult, like she's in university, and she has matured so much, but he still sees her as this young girl, and he starts to come to realize how deeply she did care for him and does care for him. It's wonderful. It is so cute, so wonderful. I want to rewatch it right now. And that is where I'm going to end it, because I've been talking for like 2 hours and I have to edit this. So, because I read a lot more this year than I did. I don't want to say the number because it makes me feel ashamed because other people have read so much more, but I read 12 books this year. I was very happy with myself. I also have slow processing. I'm dyslexic. Sometimes audiobooks are easier for me. I still count it as reading. I don't care. For your entertainment, if you've seen any of these dramas, let me know what your thoughts are on them, which ones you disagree with, which ones you agree with. Let me know. I'm interested to see people's opinions. Please, if you come across it, please, if you come across this, and if you are still here, I don't know why. Hello. Nice to see you. Is it late? Are you sleeping? Did you fall asleep? I have that kind of voice. If you are still here, thank you. Please let me know anything. One of these, what you thought about it, if you enjoyed it. Give me something. Give me an opinion. I'm turning into a teacher now. I'm going to stop that. I hope you have a good day, morrow, evening, twilight, and I will see you at some point. Happy watching, happy reading. Bye bye.